Hey guys, I just wanted to come on here and do a video about some messages I've been channeling. I've been having a lot of symptoms with this shift going on. It's going on through August 26th through September 3rd of 2019, and I've been getting a lot of head pain up here and, up in here, and also a lot of dizziness. Like I will be walking and I'll just feel like I'm on a boat or something like that. And yes, I have some fake temporary purple hair dye, and I was doing it mainly right here and a little bit down here, but it's from the dollar store, so it's gonna look weird. And I done my makeup a little bit, so you don't have to look at a complete train wreck after work. But when I was getting these shifts, I've been sleeping, earlier, and I've been waking up at weird hours, like 5:05, 3:03. And when I was channeling messages, I wasn't even considering doing messages for you guys, but I felt that spirit really wanted me to, since I've been getting signs and symptoms. And I've been hearing a lot of words. The number one word that I keep feeling is adaptability. The one I keep hearing is adaptability. So that's the one that I'm kind of focusing in on at this time. I also felt alchemy and clarity. And I've had dreams that have signified, not only when it comes to life purpose, when it comes to making very, very important life changes, it's also about how we see ourselves, how other people have seen us, and how we have allowed others to overstep our boundaries, and how we need to put those boundaries back into place now. And understanding that we cannot keep telling the same story. It's getting old, not only for our souls, our mind, body, spirit, but for people around us. It's almost like a karmic retribution, but it is, I feel in my heart, it's a little less volatile, it's a little bit less violent, and it's something that is backed up by the universe. It's not something that we're spewing out in our prayers and we're wanting to get karmic, backlash or justice. It's merely from understanding that some people has, been the catalyst for some of our adaptability, whether this be in, abusive relationships, them leaving us, abandonment, financial issues, work issues, whatever it might be, health scare. We are coming to realize that we can put our energy and our stories and our free will in a more productive place, so to speak. And we have to understand that these people are going to have to adapt quite like we have. But it's not to, balance the scales, so to speak. It's because it's supposed to be happening. I've been feeling a lot of shadows coming up, and a lot of mixed energies coming up, where I just want to sit back and relax. I really don't want to. My anger has come up a little bit, but it's more like a witnessing. It's a witnessing like, okay, I'm deciding to do this. I'm deciding to go through this. And it's not like, when you're triggered, you do it right away and then you're like, what did I just do? It's more like a slower paced energy. So that's what I'm feeling right now. And I feel that I'm seeing 2 to 3 weeks, I'm getting chills down my back. So that's telling me that there's a lot of new foundation, a new backbone, so to speak, with our plans, with our actions, with our environment. I just keep hearing over and over again adaptability. So this is we're going to ease into adaptability more smoothly and not so, abruptly. And we're understanding that we're adapting for better reasons. We're not just adapting because we have no choice. There's a little choice in that. And we're understanding that we can compare all we want, but there's no need for that, because this is a time for our own clarity. It's not to bring necessarily clarity to everything around us, but there is some people you will have more clarity with due to them having to adapt to their own circumstances and these own changes. But that's what I'm feeling right now. I keep feeling Archangel Michael really strongly right now, and I feel like a lot of this is going against a lot of our own shadows, a lot of our own demons, our past life, and even current life conditioning, just because there is a lot of extra baggage we are carrying around. We are pinpointing so many problem areas in our life right now. People are bringing it out on us. We're seeing it in other people. We're seeing a lot of themes and a lot of reoccurring cycles that are almost trying to jolt us, like the Tower card in tarot. So it's almost like we're witnessing it before having to adapt it to ourselves. So it's almost like what I'm hearing from God and the angels and my guides is it's almost like the rapture, like, the end of times, but it's not in the all encompassing breakdown of the planet, though there is a lot of things seeming that way in the news, the Amazon, the rainforest, things like that. That's becoming alchemy. Though we don't want to see that be completely demolished. We don't want to see it as something that is a catalyst for this change and this vibrational change. But I feel that those witnesses and those sacrifices won't go, empty-handed. So I feel like it's kind of like we're doing this in slower chunks and paces, because it's giving us time to decide what we want to do, letting us decide our new blueprint. There's so many blueprints God is telling me that we signed up for before we got here. Some we've just been doing with our thoughts and our minds and our actions and our experiences, but he's wanting us to lean into him and the angels and your guides or whoever you believe in. He even says, even if you believe in other deities necessarily, that not necessarily or necessarily, whatever you feel is heart-centered and making you feel comfort, that's what he wants, is comfort and peace and clarity. He doesn't want us to struggle anymore, to be scared of the dark, and to feel like we are going to be. He's showing me and giving me the Bible verse about looking back. I think it's on Israel and being demolished into ashes. We don't want to look back anymore, right? This adaptability is to go forward. It's not necessarily adaptability to stay stagnant, which a lot of people is going to kind of be confused, I feel, because the adaptability is a different kind than we've been through, okay? I'm hearing a lot of you have been going through like horrendous experiences that have had you adapt to great lengths. So this could be PTSD events. It could be, war. It could be soul shock. It could be being left and abandoned by a very long-term relationship, healthy or unhealthy even. Feeling like your job or your career has been shortened and it's been rolled up emotionally quicker. What I mean by that, you could be feeling as if you've been working at a job for 20 some years. And then you go to a new position and you've been there 3 months and it feels like just as excruciating and fast as the 20-year mark because of this. And I'm feeling like, I'm feeling like this, I'm smelling and like almost intaking this air, like oxygen air, like if you were on an oxygen machine, I'm sorry, or even like helium. So there's something in the air, there's something in this environment that, you know, with the fires, we are having difficulty with possibly breathing without knowing it. So it's almost even like a leak is what I'm hearing. Now I don't want people to freak out and think we're dying and, you know, slowly dying with the air we're breathing, but it is very serious. I'm getting a little, you know, twitch in my heart and a little bit of stabbing pain because a lot of us are empaths. We're going to feel this energy. We're going to feel as if we have to breathe in new air. We can't keep fixating and accumulating and intaking this energy that is detrimental to our thinking process and our actions and our blueprints. I keep hearing blueprints again. But I want to go ahead and pull some cards. But I'm seeing the angel number 43. That's going to be very important for you to look up later. If you're someone that likes to do your own research, take notes and to journal, meditate on the messages that we received today. But I just want to go ahead and call on my guides and your guides and all beings of light to assist me with this reading, and that everyone watching this gets a clear and accurate message for them. So right now, I want to let you know that I have some crystals in front of me. I have bloodstone, labradorite. I have some, I'll show you real quick. Bloodstone, labradorite, some little moon stone, and some aqua aura. And in front of me, I have a gold candle, a red candle, and a purple candle. And I am using the fairy tale oracle, sorry guys. And that's what I'm going to be using today. So I'm just going to be shuffling. And again, I keep getting chills down my back, so I really know that Spirit's with us today. I'm seeing, okay, that just flew. I'm seeing acorns and I'm seeing apples as another symbol, which I know that the apple symbolizes wisdom. Sometimes, you know, mysterious wisdom that we don't touch very often, etc. So that's something that we need to look into later. The acorns can mean other things, but we have here Bluebeard taboos. I'm sorry, I hope you can, I'm trying to give you guys. Okay, so this card right here is really wanting you to tap into the things that you feel is calling you for some time, that you haven't set place for it, you haven't had the time. And again, I'm feeling like I am intaking different kind of air. It's very weird. So this is just saying, where do you feel you have to isolate yourself or isolate your wants and needs or your hobbies because it's considered a taboo? How can you make this something more sacred and less guilty and more of a normacy than, you know, a guilty pleasure? Because we see here that a lot of us has been hiding for some time for whatever reason, whether it be our self-esteem in relationships, jobs, whatever. There's something we are trying to hold up standard because of society norms. But in reality, with us having these different taboos and us bringing them out into the light can actually help what we're going through right now. Now, I'm not saying everything, guys. Let's be responsible and have common sense. But there is something that has been, I don't want to say plaguing you, but that has been kind of coming and going for some time, in and out of your mind. You've been daydreaming about, and you just don't have the energy. You don't have the, you know, the confidence or whatever, the resources. Now is the time to research those resources, get them in order so that you can implement what you're trying to get here. With this new adaptability, people need to adapt because it's bringing in more of your open doors, more of your life purpose, more of your own clarity. You need that. Because if you're going to sit back and you're going to keep shoving it under the rug, so to speak, these taboos will go untouched, which in return could be possibly a solution that we need, especially when it comes to the air element. I keep feeling the air element around me. So for whatever reason, we really need to use our throat, we need to use our mind, and we also need to use our breathing to manifest and to alchemize what we need. The other card that flew out was balance. That's not a surprise here, because we're talking about adaptability, understanding that, I'm sorry guys, I'm trying to focus this, but it's going to be difficult just because of the lighting. There it goes. But this is really about understanding that we have had many cycles and we need new cycles. We need cycles for experiences to, collect and retrieve data, to make different choices, to have more of a vibrancy than this stagnant energy we've been feeling. It seems right now that we're losing so much, which we kind of are, but it's not. Again, I keep hearing Spirit say it's not going to go empty-handed. Though it might seem, I'm seeing 3 to 6 months, we might feel heavy-chested, we might feel like we're suffocating because of all these different energies being presented to us in a particular way to startle us, so that we freeze up, that we go in the flight or fight reaction. So this is almost like, it's not a test. I don't feel like it's a test, but it is an awakening. And a lot of people need to understand that this awakening is coming for these miracles. That it's not coming to end the world as we know it. It's to build on as we know it, but not allow these debris to float around and confuse us and to block our energy and to make us feel like nothing is acceptable, nothing's gonna get better. It's really gonna vacuum out the old conditionings and the old ways to adapt, okay? But I do feel like there's like 4 more cards that need to be, there's one that needs to come out. And I'm just, okay, there's the other one. There's the third one. There's the fourth. It's funny. Okay, sisterly love or sister love. So this is just saying that there is feminine energies. This does not seclude anyone, any person that identifies as male, female, neither, both, this is just a symbol for nurturing, I feel, and also accepting our needs and wants and accepting that they can be given to us with the right formula. And what I mean by that, I don't mean like let's get out or the science books and the the math books, because I'm not for that. Sorry. I'm just not that kind of person. This is more of a the type of things we need to speak with our throat chakra, speak from our heart, come through that crown and that third eye, using all these chakras, aligning that energy and bringing it out to the world, finding that connection, finding that trust, okay? This could be males too. This could be males and females. It could be, like I said, we're not secluding any orientation or any preference here. This is more about understanding that there's stories to be shared. There is still stories that need to remain, just because it's almost like a nugget of truth, a nugget of wisdom, and a golden key for, the things of the past and possibly the present. But it's something that does not have to be set in stone, and it definitely doesn't have to be something that we need to I'm hearing spirits say, don't don't take it so personally necessarily, but what's the word I'm looking for? Don't be offended, because I feel like a lot of this energy we are segregating or splitting up, and we're finding ways not to work together, and we're being very offended, and we want that upheaval of energy and that power. But we can have that together too. We don't have to be wrong, we don't have to be right, we could just be, unity. We can just have that balanced energy that we talk about. It could be something new, like a taboo. It could be something that we work towards, and it could be weird and different, and we might not know the circumstances nor the results of it, but it's something that we could come together and love each other as a whole, and understand that these energies are coming to recruit us for higher successes and more understanding and more connection. The other cards that we have here in reverse is secrets. So again, we don't have to keep it between two people. We don't have to keep these secrets anymore. The taboo might be opening your throat chakra and sharing the wisdom that you feel is so detrimentally secretive that if it got out, it just destroyed the world, or nothing about you and what you share with this person or this energy or this experience will be as sacred. Now, I'm not saying completely, give up everything, but there is going to be some things that you might want to share, because it could have a very good effect and balance out those energies that you've been trying to move around and alchemize yourself. You could be driving yourself crazy, and if you share it with someone you trust and you love, or a group of people, or even if you just say it, verbalize it in your sacred space alone, that could carry that vibration, and it won't be a secret where it keeps you so solitary and so confined that you feel as if this energy is just building and building and building. I feel a lot of us are not being heard. A lot of us are not being nurtured and cared for in the way that we want or the way that we deserve. This is causing this havoc, and why people are trying to wake people up, but they're doing it probably in a different way than I would want to, or anyone else would want to, especially with the news and seeing all these devastating energies with, the fires and things like that. I mean, that's reality. We got to stay in reality, right? But we don't want it to be so out there that it makes everything seem less, I don't want to say meaningful, but that secret card in reverse just makes me think that, are we getting a reaction so certain secrets come out, or are we doing things to create this false information or this false secret that is not necessarily needing to be so enclosed or so out there? And this is just an example. I 100% agree that we need to be aware of these fires with the Amazon and the animals that have been, taken from us. And it's horrible. It's very heartbreaking. It makes me want to cry. But at the same time, I feel that this is not just something that's what it is, okay. No, it goes deeper than that. It's something that meets beyond the surface. It goes in deep layers, and this is what we're trying to figure out. Why are we having to witness even these devastating adaptability? I'm not saying that all of it's going to be smooth sailing. Some of these adapting events are going to shock us, and that's something that we have got to understand, that vibration goes in a domino effect, but it doesn't mean it always has to be like that when you adapt. I feel like it's really, again, I feel like in leveling of energy and a leveling of the air element, and it's hard to explain from what I can tell you. And I hope that when you guys watch this, it makes sense to you. You're gonna have to leave comments or email me and do video replies, whatever you got to do to help me understand if I'm missing anything or I'm not quite channeling it in the way that it could be understood. But there's a lot of energies that are shifting that has to do with our makeup of our adaptability, how we're breathing, how we're living, what we are accepting, especially what we are accepting. Not only accepting as an individual, but as a conscious entity of oneness, and what's going on there. The other card that we have in reverse is enchantment. So again, it's really showing us that the enchantment, is part of the reality. And it doesn't necessarily mean that all the enchantment's gone, all there's left is heartache and pain, and vice versa. Not everything is a fairy tale. It's bringing more balanced energies, but we are starting to see what we have put so much standard on. We're going to be adapting that to our own, I don't want to say benefit because that seems very selfish, but it comes to us as a more peaceful, more flexible, I don't want to say terminology, but almost like, but a flexible energy that we don't feel, oh my gosh, we're hitting a wall, we're hitting a door, there's no way out. It's getting rid and shaking up that stagnant energy. Now, I'm not saying there's never going to be bad energy, there's never going to be stuck energy, but how we go about it, how we problem solve it, how we alchemize it, and how we witness it's going to be different, okay? Then the last card we have is rites of passage. So this is just saying in my mind, in my channel, that there's going to be new sacredness. There's going to be new ways to speak about things. Our passage is, in our journey is changing, not as a individual, but as a whole. We are starting to see, the darker days as the whole journey. We're not separating it so much. We're not going, okay, we have to do the shadow work because we're going to be in denial, or, so it's, to me, the taboo kind of goes with this, that things are just coming up to surface. Things are coming up so they can adapt. So there's nothing hidden that there's, well, not, I don't want to say completely hidden. There's always going to be mystery and secrets and everything like that. But I feel like it's an individual choice. We're going to be like, really listen, and understand where I'm coming from, and know that I'm not perfect, and understand that I want the same mission as you. So I feel like it's going to be more one heart-to-heart conversation with people. You're going to have that with yourself. You're not going to keep giving yourself excuses and reasons to keep in secret or to overshare or whatever. You're going to have more of an individual and a cosmic balance. And the rite of passage is changing because we are revitalizing. Now, this is what Spirit's showing me. I'm thinking, now you're going to think I'm really strange, but when I think of this, I'm getting the chills in my back. So I don't know if I'll see any orbs or anything back there. I'm getting goosebumps. So when I was thinking of this, I was thinking of darker, meaningful poetry like Edgar Allan Poe, okay? And how that is just so magnificent to so many people. But some people are like, that's in the past. Like, I don't even want to talk about the past, or people dwell on their own past. But it's almost like that reliving, that phoenix from the ashes. We are reliving in a way, or not really reliving, but we are resurrecting that sacral and solar plex chakra energy, that creativity, that vitality, that we have a purpose and we're going forward with it. And yeah, we might have backlash from people. We might not get to where we want to be, but we're going to enjoy the journey. We're going to have our own rite of passage, and it's going to be enough. We're not going to keep looking at the Joneses. We're not going to keep looking at ourselves and feeling sorry for ourselves. It's a very big wake up call. And again, I'm feeling guided once again back to, before I leave here, we're talking about like the devastation that's going on in the universe with, the fires and the devastating losses in any way, personal or, on a larger scale. And we're not looking at it in a way that we thought we did. It's more of a doorway of opportunity and miracles and alchemizing and connection, rather than closing the door, locking the key. Let's go deep diving in our psyche and let's write an Edgar Allan Poe devastating poem just so we can be heard just a little bit. No, we're using that kind of. We're still gonna have that, we're not gonna be like perfect, but at the same time, we're gonna understand when that's needed and when we can back away from that and feel like we're not being haunted by that, is what I'm feeling, because I keep feeling the haunting energy of those poor animals and the fires and everything else that's happened. And it's not because we want to be guilt-free, we don't want to, feel the pain. It's about understanding that that is not the ending, and understanding that it has to be, obviously it has to be considered, contemplated, grieved, whatever you might take it. But it doesn't mean that it's going to take away more and more of our life. It's going to deplete us of so much energy, because I've honestly felt that for some time now, feeling like every little loss, every little hit or miss is just taking away my life force. And of course, we all decline, we all inevitably will go to the other side, we all will lose that life force. But why are we speeding up that process, guys? So that's something you can shadow work on. Are you in any way allowing something to take your life force more quickly or more consistently than you'd like? So that's something you can consider. And going back to those cards, you could pull more cards, tarot cards, oracle cards. You can write about each card and what it means for you, and I'd love to hear your insights and what you come up with. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like, share, subscribe, donate, and I really hope that you guys like this content. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave this on Patreon only or if I'm going to put it public, but we will see what happens and how I feel and what Spirit guides me to do. But again, thank you for sticking with me this long. This has been a long, rambly video, but I hope that you enjoyed this and that the content is worth the wait due to my, day job. I apologize again for not being as consistent as I'd like, and I hope it changes in the future. But I really hope that you guys have a good shift of energy. I hope that you're not feeling what I'm feeling, and if you are, you find the tools and the resources to recharge and release without feeling like it's building up and you're gonna explode, because sometimes that's what it feels like. You just feel so overwhelmed. I have overwhelmed a lot, and it's not fun. So thank you again. God bless, blessed be, and namaste, guys.